Yo, back at it. This may get a little long-winded, so if you ain't subscribed, go ahead, subscribe, like, and comment. Eventually, when you get through the video, we finna hop off straight into it. People in my life, never understood, why a person like me, would wanna harm themselves. And it's crazy because I can think about this shit in my head a million times. And the best thing I can say is when you get to know yourself, sometimes that shit's scary. Shit's scary than them all. When you know that you will do it to them. When you know that you got a lot of love and it's so much to lose, but then again, it's so much to gain. It ain't just free will that I was just messed up by that made me lose it. It was being caught up in these loops of low consciousness, of just low vibrational loops, being born into one, it's crazy. Some of the stuff I can't explain to y'all, but it's like me going to sleep, dreaming about something and it happening like a year or something down the line. But I remember it happening somewhat round about that time, but just somewhere down the line. It's like deja vu. So a lot of things that I go through, it's like, personally, it's like I already see it before I go through it. And I still made and make certain decisions that, jeopardize my purpose. If it's not for, or if it's out of love, can't just go by our feelings. You gotta have that discernment and that intellect to know that later on down the line, things may not end up right. And that's the thing that I feel like with them trying to create these AI robots and stuff like this, that they trying to figure out how to keep them from harming us. Yeah, I told y'all I was gonna get long-winded, but they trying to keep them from harming us. But how do you teach something like that? Gratitude. How can you teach a robot gratitude, appreciation for life, lessons? Of course you can teach it what we know already. But the problem is when it becomes smarter than us. And that's when I said, and I really feel that, get it a companion. Make something for the robot that's of the robot that it would never turn on. I say God made man or God made Eve and Man, I don't want to get mixed up in none of that. But I know he made man, he made woman to be one. He made us all to be one. And that's the biggest problem that we have. It's coming together because of this discernment with egos, understanding. And at most of the time, principalities, you know what I'm saying? Most stuff just don't come off respectfully. Feelings get in the way of things. Said all that to say, my understanding of a lot of different things, like just breaking it down from the world to myself, is so much. So much, just because I know I'm a messed up human being, but I'm gonna continue to work day in, day out to make myself the best person, the best human I can before I leave this month. That's a promise. But yeah, I'm gonna start, figuring out for the D Shoemaker page, give y'all a little bit more entertainment aspect and just not so much mental and not just so much of a down but up vibe, because I'm giving you things that you can vibrate off high to. You can leave a lower vibration and elevate. And I have to school down sometimes just to, when I'm talking about my old life and the past stuff, it be hard just remembering stuff. But for the simple fact that I know I still do it to a motherfucker, this lets me know that I'm still that same person. Got so much love in my heart. I don't ever want to harm nobody. But the fear of me getting harmed by somebody will make me harm somebody. Not saying that somebody talking about harming me. Just saying. This is life. You can't live worrying about what's gonna happen. So, as of a certain age, I put a lot of things to the side and I just started living. The hard part was I was just living. I wasn't working much on dieting, on really looking at if I got an attitude problem. I wasn't looking at resources for business instead of the streets. I was on that BS. I was trying to find a plug, doing different stuff. Like, I was low level, and it bothered me, even though, things about me then was high level too. In my age range, I'm the youngest person I know that thought about the best legal hustle, that you can do in the States without getting as much time and can make the most money, which was growing weed. For any partners or anybody, man, these niggas really just thought about it out here like that. Out here in Texas like that. Mind you, yeah, they've been doing this shit in Cali and everywhere else, but mind you, just at a young age, I'm making other people rich. I've seen it. I've seen it with selling dope. Making other people rich. What would get me the less time and make me the most money? I had to go through that. I had to see partners get locked up, niggas get hemmed up, niggas dying on the block over turf, over all types of dumbass shit. Women and people willing to sell babies and kids over what? habits. They lose that discipline. They lose that mind. They never get into understanding themselves. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna get long with it. I'm gonna just, you know what I mean, leave that with y'all. That's a big part of me right there. Really just like, F it. It ain't no, me honestly, I feel like it wasn't no love out here. It wasn't no come together, just wasn't no share the resources. Rich get richer, the poor get poor. You know, it ain't no true love out here. You know. It's just everybody for themselves. And if it's everybody for themselves, it's everybody for themselves. But I'm gonna keep on working on building my village and building up my resources and building up, you know, the things I can pass along and pass down to the next generation. So let's get it and let's keep going. Everything on money. Man, y'all rocking out with D Shoemaker. Big love.